on my... I had a really bad yesterday. I'm a little bit better today. I'd probably just take it off, and it might the I watched a fucking documentary on JFK, and I think I'm credibly debunking at least part of it. Let me lay it out for you. I really don't know. Uh, hang on. But oof. Okay, either Nicole T is got suddenly dark hair, or she's got somebody on her channel. Amaranth is. I am gonna say she usually looks pretty good, but this is like the oiled top. It looks pretty good. The I just literally don't know what to make. This is the first time I have heard this, and this one was done 2023. Well, at least that's what it looks like, because it's on Tubi. JFK X or something like that. And it is the first time I have heard it said that maybe he was that he survived. And they start out by saying that there was like so-called a lump on the roof. And the so-called lump was there before they
A glorious development.
he said that I really, I mean, this is part of the problem. It's gonna take me a long time to get through this, but the so-called lump was there.
Pandemonium is the alpha and the omega of the eternal conflict.
If you saw the
It lies at
Zapruder
the center of all
film,
things,
it was
linking
during
the realms
that.
of heaven and hell.
It was
long ago, when the angels were young, the aspect of wisdom found the eye of Anu here. He named it the World Stone, and all of heaven swore to
you know,
protect
this
it.
so-called lump was there before they were, and they were saying it's like in the you know, like if you watch this Zapruder film, let me kill this guy off first. If you watch the so-called Zapruder film, he goes like this, and many people, and I think correctly so, assume that that was when he was shot in the throat. So it's after that, and that he indicates, you know, that he put his hand up against his face, and that that's when he put the squib on the face. And then there's this moment where he kind of, you know, I don't really know what you want to call it, but you could say it was a moment where he leans against her.
Nephilim! We found something we can use! That was the first part that was just... Long ago, this weapon was used to bring down a mighty siege beast and its demon master. Even now, the device maintains its power.
You know, the thing he said was on his face, well, that showed up
we can use it in this fight, though, if we
before.
can regain control of it.
You know, in my mind, who's to say? Maybe they.
Nephilim, to me! I will protect you!
I'm very. I mean, I think I'd be a little speechless if it weren't for, you know, even if I was feeling like, you know, 100% confident, but just unbelievable. You know.
Nephilim, to me! I will protect you!
Just like, you know, it's so blatantly obvious.
To me, I will protect you.
That, you know, again, I'm throwing it out there. You guys can go watch it. You know, if you feel the need. But it was, you know, that right there is like. You know, and the other thing is he kept complaining about there'd be blood. There is something to it, because you know,
I wish I could do that.
You shall join me inside my eternal prison.
well, yeah, I love YouTube. Yeah. But, I'm gonna find something else to play. I don't know if it's me or they've got the difficulty cranked up. Either way. And then he, they were just looking at all aspects of the Kennedy assassination, explaining, you know, how it was done, and
It is unfortunate that Kurikos corrupted the...
The great weapon was created in response to a siege on the
Yeah.
Pandemonium Fortress by Kurikos.
They said in it that a
demon lord who
microphone
rode a
was
monstrous
placed.
siege beast. At great cost to ourselves,
And
we channeled
Oswald's
much energy
execution.
into the great weapon, and succeeded in bringing down Kurikos and his mount. Upon his death, the demon was drawn inexplicably
and
into
there
the
is
weapon,
something to
and it
this,
has
you know,
been
but
attacking
again,
us ever since.
I don't know. I don't know, but they go, if, you know, if he wasn't expected to say something, or if something wasn't going to happen, why would they have put a microphone there? Well, I think it could be as easily explained as, you know, just, you know, there, in case he said something. But they, you know, did the you know, they did a pretty good job explaining it. And then this is like, he was in a white T-shirt the time before that, and now he had a black had a black one, so it wouldn't show any blood when he got shot. Well, you know, they said this was all kept secret. Well, that would expand the police. It would envelop them, you know, the police that were all there. Aside from, you know, and and he said that they were making the accusation that he was basically killed so that they could get Kennedy out from under the mob. And when they were shooting this, it's like, well, okay, you have a mob boss shooting the guy in question. Well, that doesn't jive with the mob wanting Kennedy dead. And then basically an alert came out over the radio, and I don't even know how to check this. I really don't. They were saying that a alert went out to because of the weapon had been used was Oswald's. Well, he said it was several hours. It was like an hour or two until that became known. Again, I wouldn't know how to, but I wouldn't know how to verify that. And I think I've heard it before, but that was an indication that they were trying to kill Kennedy. But again, it could go either way. But and then Gary Mick, I couldn't understand it. Gary Mick something or other. I couldn't really understand. I watched it like 3 or 4 times. He took a little section of the section of the
I need to go back.
Took like a section of the Zapruder film, I think, and he took could have blown it up, but it was the only film I'm aware of is Zapruder film, but he took a picture of the frame of a very, very small amount, and it was like, it was a little frame, and he colorized it.
My stomach.
And what he basically came to
to eat again.
I did not believe the legends. All true. Be silent.
but and this I'd heard before. It was he blew it up, and it was put it through a computer. I think this was back in the 80s, and it showed him what looked like a photo op of a cop shooting near the fence, and you know it added evidence that there was a shooter on the grassy knoll. Well, and he there was a thing going on, and it had witnessed had made a witness out of the guy who was, you know, like in the photo, and he had come out before that photo. So this is the thing. He cherry picked the evidence, and like this is just fun. But you know, he didn't mention the guy because he wants to paint it that there was no witnesses that were you know, that saw the shooters, which is probably true. But there were witnesses that heard the gunshots, and he wants to just make all that go away. And this guy, he came forward and he said, well, there was somebody that took a shot from behind him, and he was Navy, fresh out of the academy, you know, whatnot. And there was some circumstantial evidence that was created by the guy who had seen that, or by the evidence that but there was just evidence that was created that was so.
Need more time.
But he just dismissed it. He's like, you know, that guy. It's just unbelievable. But it just dismissed it. Well, and this is the thing. This guy didn't even dismiss it. It was somebody who, you know, just somebody else that's seen it, said it wasn't very much evidence to base it on, Like, how did he know what was, what was to be colored and what wasn't? Well, I would say, that's pretty much established because, one, you can go by, things that are noticeable. And it should be pretty clear that, they're pretty good at colorization. I mean, imagining, that's like, with all the other stuff that they colorize, well, that's like going, well, how did they come? Well, they got it right. They got it right in the case of, they got it right for, many times, like, they got the, oh my God, it's... Oof. Got them. Either you or trouble needs to be chained to you. Oh my God. I'll take care of it in a minute. One of the cats just... I'll be right back. But, but it's just unbelievable that, I don't know how to really explain it. But again, there is some evidence that, like when you look at the, just,
Need more arcane power.
but I mean, you know, another thing, and I think I mentioned this before, but you know, he mentioned that the mom would come after your wife, and that's not my experience. Again, I don't claim to be an expert, but you know, that would be another reason why it was a so-called
Benedictus est dimneres maximum est, nostra digni gratia tuae amor. Benedictus est dimneres maximum est, nostra digni gratia tuae amor.
but they threw that out, and again, I don't think that was the case. I mean,
Benedictus est dimneres maximum est, nostra digni gratia tuae amor.
and then another accusation he made was that of Senator, well, not Senator, Governor Connolly. He was given a speech or an interview like 5 days later, and again, you know, he's in the hospital. Now that you've got this secret that's just guaranteed, you know, it's a, you know, you got to count on these people, because everybody involved in the Senator or Governor Connolly's thing has to be involved then too, because I would think, you know, that
I'm badly wounded. Help me! I wish I could do that.
okay, fuck it, I'm just gonna.
Not ready yet.
I'll try and find out. The difficulty on this is just off the fucking charts.
I am returning to town.
Fuck it. I can't. But they you know, and he is supposedly like 5 days later, and he's speaking more clearly than I am. You know, so again, if you think that that's proof, it's not. That's literally not. He's shown 5 days later, clearly under, you know, effects. I mean, he's got his fucking armed up in a fucking splint, you know. And again, it's you can see what you know. You can see what you can see. You can watch it yourself. But my God, just under it just, and then they accused the first lady. It's several days after the shooting. They got a recording of it. Well, I think, you know, I would like to think that she's gonna have, like some stuff prepared. He took over for her husband. Uh, he's clearly hitting on her. Right? That at least they got that right. And and then they're just trying to pull shit out of their ass. That one there, but he's just, I don't know. But he's trying to show it as proof that, clearly he wasn't. Now this here, I I, I want to give it like a partial or whatever, because they said that he had Addison's disease. He was in pain almost every day. Uh, but why would he fake Addison's disease? Why wouldn't he just resign? Why wouldn't he, just basically resign? Um, that I I don't know. That was their was the big thing. Now they pointed out that JFK had many affairs, and I believe her name was Mary Pencho Meyer. She was married to somebody pretty high up, or her sister was. She was married pretty high up to someone in the CIA, either her or her sister. And this is the thing, I really don't know. They throw this stuff out all the time. People that are against Bill Clinton report all the time, overwhelmingly while he was in office, that there was this, people convicted, people that are just charged with death, or basically people that, the Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton had these people killed, and they say this all the time, and almost never do the claims, and I've got no way to check it, but they claim that, I gotta go to the bathroom. Hang on. I mean, you had Marilyn Monroe. You had someone that was connected to the mob. You had East German spies. You know, he was like he was just bound and determined to kill himself so he could spend out his time with this woman. And again, they make the accusation that she was killed at 12:30. She was called by these two guys, and they blamed and I don't know. I don't know if any of this is true, and I don't know if there's any way to confirm it. But she she fucking it was just like they called it like 2:33 to 2:35, but yet police were dispatched like 2:40 or two, basically in between, and they said that they didn't find any blood at the scene. Again, I don't know. They were saying that they couldn't find any evidence of the car that they were working on when they called in, you know, and they were right across from it. I don't know. I don't know. But there's enough of the other stuff that I think I've debunked that it just blew me away. Oh, and they complain that they throw the JFK movie in there, the one that was done by Oliver Stone, and they accuse him, or not so much that they accuse him, but they looped him into it, and they haven't asked him. You know, they haven't even asked him, let alone, you know, hey, we asked him for comment, he refused to comment. But I think they put this out probably at the same time or definitely before he released like his thing last year or this year, I suppose, before they released the thing that this year, which followed up on like the 20-year-old JFK report, and it follows up, you know, 20-year anniversary of the episode, the launching of the movie, and they're just bound and determined to we're gonna be follow the evidence, and you know he's like, oh, if people don't know anything of, they don't really know is they're stupid, they don't know anything about squibs. Well, maybe they're not stupid, but my God, of all the things, to me it looks like it was because they've debunked the two shot, they've debunked so much of the stuff that was proven as not proven in my mind, that they had to come up with, so they had put this guy up to it. They had to come up with something that, you know, basically again, now you got everybody looking for him to be alive. There was evidence of, you know, tampering, and, you know, just, you know, well, I don't know. You know, if I didn't want his grave to be, you know, there's evidence that they moved the body at night. Well, why would you do that? Well, I don't know. Maybe you don't want grave robbers. You know, I mean, Bobby Kennedy, maybe you don't want grave robbers, and you're gonna, you know, you're gonna I gotta wait until I'm better. But oh my God, it blew me away. It just blowed me away. You know, they stretched the evidence really, really thin. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye. It's better than I thought, but I probably should have waited. Probably won't do Minecraft till I'm better. Okay, peace out.